Hi, I'm Sandra. I'm a second year Doctor of Occupational Therapy student, so I figured it might be helpful if I walk you through how I plan my week. It is currently Sunday. I always plan my weeks on Sunday. My system takes me less than 10 minutes, so we're just gonna walk through it in semi-live time. I use a combination of a physical planner and a Google Calendar. I used to also have a daily to-do list on my iPad, but I have since done away with that. It was just an extra place to keep things that I didn't really need. I now have just simplified it down to having everything in 2 places. My Google Calendar is always accessible, and my planner I bring pretty much anywhere, and I got one that was small enough to fit inside of a bag. I really like the layout of this planner. I just grabbed this one for like 10 bucks at Walmart. I really love how it's set up because it's really perfect for students. So if you're looking for a template to make, this might be a really good thing to base your ideas off of. Starting with the Google Calendar, this is where I keep everything that has to do with where I need to be. This includes when I have lab commitments that are in person, as well as work commitments, anything that basically has a dedicated time stamped to it, I put on my Google Calendar. This helps me not double book myself. That used to be a huge problem that I had. I would always be committing to 2 things and not realizing that they overlap. Looking at the week ahead, in the winter, I always check the weather for the week because my plans can be skewed if there's gonna be heavy snowfall, which it looks like Tuesday, Wednesday, we're expecting snow. I'm gonna go through and put my planned workouts on my schedule, but also just know that my Wednesday morning workout might not happen in the way that I plan, and I'll have to come up with something else depending on what actually happens with that storm. So I just like to be aware of the weather going into the week. Once everything is on my Google Calendar, including my workouts and anything that I have scheduled so far for the week, I move to my physical planner. So the nice thing about this planner is that the layout has boxes for every day in the week, and then it also has like an overall to-do list on both sides. So I kind of break my week up into front half and back half. Also has 3 habits to work on. I'm gonna stay consistent with my habits from last week, which were to do 30 minutes of activity every day, drink a gallon of water, and journal every evening. So then moving down to, ignore my chip nails, to the tasks portion. This is where I store the big things. So this is not my minuscule to-do list. This is my overall things that need to get done. So that includes any assignments that I have, which is always where I start. I will pull up Canvas and just go to my calendar. And then if it has a blue dot, it means that there's an assignment due on that day. And my week will go all the way up until Sunday the 22nd. So if we go to Monday, we can see that that's submitted. So I don't need to do anything there. And then we'll go to Wednesday, and I need to do this. These are all my big tasks for the week. I also think of anything that I might have to do outside of this that is kind of overarching, and there's nothing this week. My life is pretty school oriented this week. If I do not complete something in the front half of the week, or if something comes up later for the last half of the week, I then move these tasks over on Wednesday evening. And we'll move back up to these boxes. This is where I store information that I need, like my daily to-do list, which is gonna have a lot more specific tasks, as well as if something major is happening on this day. For example, on Wednesday, 6 p.m. and on Friday, I've signed up for a yoga class, so we'll put yoga at 8:45. Every single evening, I go through and I write a to-do list, and that to-do list goes in the day that it belongs. This is kind of what it looks like. And this is a week's worth of to-do list done. I did not track. Whoops, we're not perfect, we're human. So when it comes to planning and organizing, this is my system, but I have learned over the years through many different systems what works for me and what doesn't. What I have found works for myself is having something that is simple, does not take a lot of time, is accessible to me in many places, and allows me to keep track of many things in one spot. Yeah, like I said, I used to double book myself all the time, not really know where I was supposed to be and when, and having that Google Calendar just is the easiest way to look at a day and see what's going on. And as soon as I'm in class and they say, oh, there's something different on this day, I'll pull up my calendar and change it. And I do love the flexibility of the digital calendar for that versus like a physical planner where you'd have to like cross something out and move it. The format of a digital calendar is just a lot friendlier to the eye, but I like the flexibility of writing a to-do list on a hard planner, and also being able to see what I was supposed to do yesterday on the same page, so that if something doesn't get done, I can just move it to that day, is also really nice. That is how I plan, and that allows me to manage my time well so that I can juggle a lot of things at once. So thank you so much for joining me today to plan with me, and I will see you in long form content next Thursday. If you're curious what I'm up to every day, you can check out my shorts.